Welcome to another episode of the Escape Pod. I'm your host, Mitchell Smith. And with me is Carl eating a piece of cheese toast.
Yeah, there's cheddar on this whole toast.
Yeah, mouthful.
Well,
And now we have Ron Town as well.
I really hope that sounds gross.
Yeah, maybe back up from the mic. All right.
Yeah.
So anyways, today... No, get back!
That's not good.
No.
Okay.
Oh, gross. All right, anyways. So we have today, we're going to do a pilot battle bracket style. One-on-one pilots battling pilots, the ship of their choice. Who would win in a battle? So we have the light side versus the dark side, two brackets. We're going to find out who the light side champion and the dark side champion is, similar to the lightsaber battle, but a little bit different twist. So
We got twists.
we got the seeds. The light side seed, number 1 is Han Solo, number 2 is Poe, number 3 is Luke, number 4 is Lando. Dark side seeds of pilots. Vader, number 1, Kylo, number 2, Jango Fett, number 3, and Boba Fett, number 4. So let's start out with the light side, and let's do 4th seed versus 3rd seed. We'll work our way up. Lando versus Luke. Who would win on a one-on-one pilot dogfight? I would assume Luke would be in an X-Wing, and Lando would probably be in the Millennium Falcon.
Well, the ship that's better is the Falcon, so he would have an advantage, but I don't think Lando wins because of the Force.
Yeah, clear force advantage.
Yeah, it's a very clear Force advantage here, but
I
Lando, I think gets a bad rep getting 4, because I think he's a pretty damn good pilot, too, because of the
That's pretty good. It's pretty
Jedi.
good, but Wedge didn't even make the list, so I think Lando dies.
Well, it's a limited pool.
Yeah,
It's a limited pool.
I only do the best
I
of
like
the
that
best.
you read your notes out of this tiny book. He's
guys
reading
can't
notes
see
out
this.
of a book that's like smaller than the size of your hand. It's
Open
that
full,
small.
it's the size of like
It's
a
like
playing
a
card.
pocket book.
Yeah,
Like,
so I can bring it to work and take notes.
That's-
I think we've went over this in a
pretty
different
brilliant.
You
podcast.
can do that on like a regular
But I can't bring it in my pocket.
like flip notepad.
All right, so anyways, let's take a quick vote. I say Luke, you say Luke, you say
It's
Luke.
gonna be
Luke
Luke.
wins 3-0.
Thanks for singing that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so should we move over to the dark side or continue our way up the light side? What do you guys think?
I think we gotta jump over to the dark
All
side.
right, let's see.
You know, everyone's-
Father versus son. Boba Fett versus Jango Fett. Can the father upset his son? Ron, what do you think?
So we only ever really see Jango Fett fly around, and he survives in an asteroid belt, and actually...
You mean Boba Fett? We only see Boba Fett fly, right? I say we see Jango Fett fly more than Boba Fett, right?
I don't know who you're talking about, but Boba Fett, you only see chase a little bit in the end of Empire, so...
Yeah, so Jango Fett, we see him fly all through episode 2.
Yeah, and he does a pretty good job in an asteroid field,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna go with him.
Agreed. I don't really
Yeah.
have a lot to add there.
I think that we don't see enough of Boba Fett, so it's hard to say, but I would say Boba Fett would win because this is why he grew up. I don't know how Jango grew up, but he grew up watching a great pilot.
He grew up as a clone. Well,
He was a clone, right?
No, was he a clone?
Yeah,
Or
he's
the
a
clones
clone,
were
an
based on
exact
him?
clone. Yeah, he's an exact clone.
I thought he was the person all the clones were built off of.
No, what
Jango
happened
was-
was
yeah.
they gave Jango a clone, an unaltered clone for a son. So Jango's like, that my only price is I want my own
Django
clone.
is who the
I know
clones
Boba
were
Fett
based
is.
off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
Jango
we're
Fett
talking
is
about
not a
different
clone.
people? I understand.
Jango Fett is a regular person.
Yep.
Yeah, Jango
Okay.
Fett's a regular
Yeah, we're on the
person.
same page,
Boba
guys.
Fett's a
I'm just
clone.
talking
Okay.
about a different person.
Okay.
That's cool.
So, anyways, I say Boba Fett wins. What do you guys say? Jango Fett, both of you?
Django.
All right, Jango Fett wins. So let's move over back to the light side. So now we're gonna get with Luke versus Poe. This is an interesting one because, they're different eras. So I wonder what you guys think. Like their peaks at each peak time, they're different. So who do you think would win in a dogfight, Luke versus Poe? Obviously, Luke has the Force. Poe doesn't necessarily have the Force. So who do you guys think would win?
I'm gonna take Luke. Used to bullseye Womp Rats with his
That's
T16.
true. You can't argue against that.
I mean, what you got on that, Poe? I mean, Poe does
Poe
some
is the
silly, like,
best.
prank calls and stuff,
He
but
is reckless, so he
I mean,
might,
Luke's got the
pull
Force,
something
bro.
out.
I think the Force is gonna outweigh anything that Poe's gonna.
But
finagle.
Poe is considered the best pilot in the
He
Resistance,
is a
back
hot
when the
shot.
Resistance has a lot of people.
That's true, but Luke was also never a part of this resistance.
But
so.
was Luke ever considered the best pilot in the Rebellion?
I mean, he won for them.
Yeah, I
He
would.
survived all
You would
those
consider him
runs.
Yeah.
better than Han Solo?
Yeah.
Well, Han
But he
Solo
wasn't. He was kind of all right.
no.
Anyways, so you guys vote for Luke, and I would vote for
Correct.
Poe. But Luke wins, so he moves on to face Han Solo. in the final of the light side. So now it brings us to Kylo versus Jango Fett.
Force.
Yeah.
You guys are going with Kylo?
No, Force theme.
This is
Kylo
what
wins.
I think it just gives you that advantage in that dog.
I think Kylo wins. I think Kylo has an argument to be the best because think of his lineage: Skywalkers, Luke Skywalker, and Han Solo, like the best two pilots
He's like a
combined.
freaky hybrid.
But that doesn't just automatically make you.
Sure,
a pilot.
sure.
Yeah.
You could be like a very, but he is a good pilot. Anyways, so we're going with Kylo. So Kylo versus Vader coming up soon. So let's go back to the light side. We got Luke versus Han Solo. What do you guys think? Han Solo is known for a pilot. You guys, your trend here is going with the Force, so that would suggest Luke. But can Han Solo's superior piloting skills of going through 12 parsecs to go through the Kessel Run, can that save him in this one-on-one fight with Luke?
He only says it's the ship that did
Yeah,
it.
he gives the ship more credit than he does himself. But I don't
What do you
know.
guys
I
think?
think it's kind of almost implied that like the quote unquote luck that he experiences might even be force induced.
Whose luck?
Han Solo.
Okay.
He
So
also-
it's
I mean,
insinuated that he is a force user as well, or that it at least flows well with
Okay.
him.
Yeah, he works well with it.
All right, should we
I'm gonna
say our
give it to
guesses?
Han Solo.
Han Solo. I'm saying Han Solo as well. Ron.
Well, and
I
think
guess
of
it
this,
doesn't really
too.
matter, but what do you say?
Now,
Why?
At the beginning of when we know Luke Skywalker in the early episode 4 days,
Yeah.
they go to Han Solo. Luke goes to Han Solo as a pilot
Sure.
to
Yeah.
get an expert, to get a pro, to get him, to get him out of there. One, he needs a ship, but
He's also younger at that time.
that's
That's
true.
on his
He doesn't-
peak
he has
pilot
nothing-
years.
He has no idea about his own force abilities. either.
Sure.
But we never really get a proper showdown, which I would have, of all the shit they could have thrown in these new movies, why not just have Luke and Han Solo, just for old time's sake, have a dogfight for 25 minutes in space?
Yeah, that would be
You know?
great. So it seems like Han Solo is the champion of the light side. Seems like a pretty respectable champion. So now we're going to go over grandfather versus grandson. Kylo?
No questions, no
Vader.
questions. We got Vader
Yeah,
winning.
it's-
a landslide victory
Yeah, it's
He's
very-
the
over
greatest
the
pilot of all
little
time.
the little crybaby.
He's the greatest pilot of all time.
You know how I
Let-
feel about Kylo Ren.
Yeah, he's your favorite.
He's not Vader, so he can go away.
Yeah, I
Vader
think
wins.
that's pretty obvious. Vader is hard. It was hard for anyone on the dark side really to compete with Vader.
Yeah, he's a natural.
He's
He's the chosen one.
he is, and he could drive pod racers. He could drive land speeders. He could drive a whole podcast if he wanted to.
He could drive a woman to kill herself by giving birth.
Yeah, of sadness. All right, so I guess that brings us to the finals of the pilot battle. But what kind of finals would it be without some great undercards? So let's find out who's on the undercards today. First on the undercards, we have the brilliant battle between Jack Porkins and the TIE fighter that survived the Battle of Yavin. The TIE fighter pilot.
Well, only one of them survived.
Well, yeah, I guess only one of them is
So,
alive. So I'm
I
gonna
guess
take
that
the
would
one
be
that's
He's
alive.
probably the better pilot.
Yeah,
All right, so let's all vote. I vote for the TIE fighter pilot. What do you guys vote for?
I'm both TIE fighter pilot.
And the winner is
Yeah,
the
that's
TIE fighter pilot. Jack Porkins explodes in deathly fury.
Yeah,
Yes.
we really don't see him do anything other than fail miserably as a
Yeah.
pilot.
Okay.
I mean, he's
All
probably
right.
pretty good to begin with, but,
And Ron, what is our next undercard battle?
So our first is going to be the Ewok that gets on the speeder bike, his
Okay.
speeder bike piloting skills, and he's going to go up against Count Dooku and his speeder bike skills.
Oh, the Ewok versus Count Dooku, a speeder bike battle. This is brilliant. I'm thinking that Count Dooku has the Force and the Ewok is just a little teddy bear. So I'm going a sweeping victory for Count Dooku.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree on that. He force chokes the Ewok to death.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to
He
get on.
literally lifts it off the speeder and is just like force choke speeding it.
And the winner,
Into a tree.
Count Dooku. What do you say,
You know,
Ron?
one thing you guys didn't consider is that
No, we didn't
Ewoks-
consider it because Count
Ewoks
Dooku killed him.
they have a 50% success rate in piloting speeder bikes.
This is true.
One of them manages to grab a vine and swim to safety.
And Count Dooku has 100%.
That is that we know of.
That we know of. That we know.
And wait, what does the other one do?
He crashes and dies.
Okay, so that's probably what happens when he fights Count Dooku. And Carl, what is another
Where does he
undercard?
jump off? I don't remember.
This undercard is Dash Rendar versus IG-88.
Ooh,
Who's Dash Rendar?
Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna have
Main
to
character.
he's you. You are him.
You are Dash Rendar.
Which
versus
makes it-
IG-88. I think I'm gonna win over IG-88.
IG-88 piloted the Death Star, so that's pretty cool.
I didn't even
if you
know
knew
that.
I'm voting for
I didn't-
Dash Rendar. What are you guys voting for? Because I don't
I'm gonna
know.
vote for Dash Rendar because he does beat
It's pretty
IG-88.
sweet. Dash wins because obviously.
IG-88 has been defeated easily by Dash
With
Rendar.
his own pulse cannon.
All right, we're coming up to
Nice.
some of the bigger
That's all.
undercards now. A few bigger undercards. This is the battle of the co-pilots. We like to call this. Ninub versus Chewbacca.
Chew.
Who is the better pilot?
Chew.
Carl, no hesitation,
I'm
says
giving it to
Chewbacca.
Nino, and here's why.
Okay.
Their excursion into the semi-built Death Star in Jedi
You might be swaying me right now.
is
Keep
a
going.
crazy feat of being just piloting in general.
But isn't that Lando
is
piloting?
crazy. Yes, but he is helping. He's there. He's in the role of the co-pilot in that case. You said
Okay.
co-pilots, right?
Yeah.
And so he co-piloted that. That's crazy. Also, he survived from that point all the way to Last Jedi.
And you know who else did that? Chewbacca.
That's true.
And he wins, and you know why? Because we see him pilot the
But
Millennium
he's off
Falcon.
doing that bullshit,
But
and
we
Nino
see him
is
pilot
fighting
many
to his
the
death.
Millennium
He's
Falcon.
Dope pilot. Dope.
Chewbacca. The winner, Chewbacca.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
that sound is not as good as Chewbacca's sound, which he's making right now as he's standing in the winner's circle. All
He
right.
deserves it.
Okay, so now we have a very big battle, a long anticipated matchup
So long.
between that we've seen them fight lightsabers. We've seen them fight in the desert in a cartoon version. We've seen them fight in a power station in real film movie. It's Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul in spaceships. Who wins in a dogfight between these two?
I don't think Obi-Wan takes enough risks to win, and Darth Maul's ship is way cooler.
Obi-Wan doesn't like flying.
That's true.
His distaste for flying actually serves as... It's funny, you can hear when we take bites of toast.
Can you imagine that?
Obi-Wan's hatred of flying is actually an advantage because he wants to get it over with, and he does take risks because he wants to be done.
All right, I'm going to go out on a limb and vote for Obi-Wan. I think we see more of Obi-Wan, and we see some skills, him evading Jango Fett, which is very good piloting skills,
That's
which
a
is
fair point.
pretty good.
I forgot about that.
So,
Yeah.
let's see what you guys vote and see who wins this, guys.
How about Obi-Wan?
Well, I vote Maul.
Ooh, and Obi-Wan takes it. A slender victory and the last undercard before the final round.
Slender victory.
We
Very
have
slender.
Rey
I've never heard of that before.
versus Wedge and Tillies. Who is the better pilot between Rey and Wedge and Tillies?
There's a force advantage here, but
Yeah, we got force advantage in play.
What do you guys think, Ron?
That's tough because Wedge is awesome, but like Force kind of wins, and she's pretty good.
I'm gonna go with Wedge based on evidential evidence. I have more evidence that he is bona fide real deal.
What do you say, Ron?
I'm gonna go with Rey.
Who it comes down to who is the better pilot. And with the visual evidence, I'm going to have to go with Cheese Wedge and Tillies.
Cheese Wedge. Cheese Wedge.
Cheesy.
He's very cheesy, and Wedge wins.
That wins.
So,
Can I give a shout out to someone who wasn't mentioned, which
Yeah.
is the best Jedi pilot, which is Plo Koon. He would actually probably be as good as Darth Vader, if not better, I think.
what do you
Just
think,
wanted to
Carl?
throw that out there.
Interesting.
All right, let's get to the final. This is Han Solo versus Darth Vader.
Easy,
Who is
bro.
the better pilot in a
Easy, bro.
dogfight? Carl thinks it's easy. So
Han
let's wait. Okay.
Solo.
Okay, I was going to have you wait for your easy one, but Carl says Han Solo.
Yeah.
So let's see who thinks they can make it interesting. And I think Ron, what do you think?
Well, besides I think what you think that I think, it's going to be...
Oh, that you can both make this interesting?
Yeah, but I mean,
Look,
do
here's
tell.
the deal. Here's the deal. So we do have that one thing that, remember that one time when Han Solo completely shot Vader out of the sky and
Totally
saved
awesome.
the day, and then they blew up the Death Star?
Yeah.
So we have that. But Anakin in his prime, Anakin I think is a better pilot. I think, again, the Force just gives him that edge. And they're both good.
We're not talking Anakin, bro. We're talking Vader. We're talking full machine Vader.
Machine.
Vader is.
And that's part of his
I think
issue.
Vader is as good of a pilot as Anakin ever was.
Robots, though, man.
Could
Can't
be.
move as quickly. Or maybe he can, because of the Force.
All right, so Carl, in with your final vote. Go ahead.
No, Han Solo, man. We got evidence.
weren't swayed by Ron.
Shot him in
Ron?
the little
I'm gonna
wingy.
go
He
Darth Vader.
flew off.
All right. I guess the true winner, revealing right now, with his beautiful hunk of junk ship, comes through blasting Vader out of the sky. It's Han Solo.
Yeah, nice. Nice.
Han Solo has to win because his whole thing is being a good pilot. Vader's got other things going for him,
Yeah, like
but
the
not
Force.
being
And
a
he doesn't
pilot.
want your sympathy vote. Take that back.
Just.
This ain't a charity.
Wait, there were sympathy votes?
No, it's not a sympathy vote. I'm just saying he's the best pilot. Like, he has all his time to focus on being a pilot.
But he doesn't, though.
That's true.
He smuggles.
Yeah,
Like a charity.
but smuggling, it's like his hobby
He's also
helps him be a better
slacker.
pilot.
He's a really big slacker. Remember that one time he spent all those months just, like, hanging out in Carbonite?
Hold on!
What?
Vader is not dead.
Oh,
He
shit.
rises from the ashes. Vader comes and destroys Han Solo's ship. Oh my
The
gosh.
crowd goes
Vader
wild!
is the winner.
The crowd goes wild!
Oh my god.
can't just
I have had
change
a
your
change
vote.
of heart.
Oh, choo.
Why would you do that?
Vader has won.
Why'd you change your heart?
Because I realized that Vader is actually the better pilot than Han Solo.
Oh.
And Han Solo is actually not as good because he's not the chosen one. He doesn't have the Force,
the chosen
and he never won a pod race.
Yeah, you just got
Therefore,
played, Carl.
He did the Castle
You
Run
just
Scott
Vader-
Parsec.
You
wins.
high-fived him over that.
Bro, that's pretty lame.
He accepted your high five and then changed it.
You know, that's yeah.
Which is even probably worse.
I don't even like. What was the point
Is
of
this
that?
the end of the escape pod?
I didn't plan it really. That just happened in the spur of the moment.
Organically, yeah.
Organically, Vader
It just
came from the
yeah.
ashes.
But I mean, think about it. If anyone's gonna do it, he's already done it once, literally.
I mean, we have seen Han Solo defeat Vader, but he wasn't expecting it. One-on-one, expecting
Where was the
it.
Force when he was not expecting it?
It was right here.
How about that?
Oh my
Oh
god!
God.
Vader is coming for us now.
Oh,
so
your
we
God.
better
We're
escape.
screwed. We're dead.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
your
dead.
gods.
We better escape like Rick and Morty with all those crystals. We
Yeah.
better escape through the escape pod.
That's true.
All right, guys. Let's escape because I feel like we have a film to watch. So let's watch it and check in with these
Can my cat
peeps later.
watch?
Your cat can watch.
Sweet. Do you know where my cat is?
He's dead.
You never. I thought you already confirmed that it was dead.